If it's anyone here tonight who deserves a tribute, it's her. She nudged her way to the top, and I seriously doubt she ever saw herself becoming president. But she did, and she led all of you with class and dignity.
How did you meet?
That I don't remember.
Brenda Laux actually gave me my start at television club, WRED-TV.
I actually met Brenda, I would say it was probably 1991 at St. John's Television Center crew training.
I first met Brenda, which I should say Professor Laux, because when I first met her, it was her first time she taught as an adjunct professor in St. John's. And I was working as TV center, and I think one of her first classes I might have actually worked.
Before I could introduce myself, she blurts out, "So you're the guy who's too good to come to training."
And then really came to know her through the TV club and working with her in a variety of different capacities. We were on the board together, the executive board, and her final year at St. John's, she was the president, I was the vice president, and I think that we did a lot of good things while we were at school.
She told my brother to just come up to the television club on the first day, and I did that, and she was there with open arms.
I used to complain about how long things took, because I was not a technical person.
She is a technical person, so she kind of knows her way around a studio and a control room.
She wanted everybody to learn the equipment, to get professional skills, but she also wanted to make sure that everybody built friendships and relationships.
So what do I think TV Club meant to Brenda? Well, I think it gave her an opportunity to take all of her childhood interest in television and movies and music and to combine that all into one creative setting. But also, more importantly, it gave her an opportunity to really excel as a leader. My recollection is that throughout her entire tenure at TV Club, she always kind of migrated into a leadership role. And that's something that has stayed with her to this day.
TV Club means everything for Brenda, just like it did for a lot of us. But she went above and beyond, grabbing people from the hallway and taking them into the studio and showing them things.
Brenda's nickname when she was at TV Club was Julie the Cruise Director, which was a reference to the Love Boat character that got everybody together to have a good time. And that was one of Brenda's focuses when she was president.
She had this ability to take people out of their comfort zone, and maybe she had a confidence in me that I lacked in myself. But once I got up there, and once we had done it a few times, it became something that I loved doing. And I know that had I never met her, it never would have happened.
I can honestly say no one ever had as profound an effect on me in college as Brenda. She could read me like a book and had more of a chance than anyone to convince me to do something, hence Redmond Previews.
I think that's what she taught me, that just to experience new things, to not be so closed-minded and closed off, that you may really do something you're very proud of, and that's really good.
Being TV Club president is stressful, and Brenda's time was no exception. And to deal with the stress, she did what a lot of people did. She hit the bottle. What stood out for me for Professor Laux was her efficient use of the bullwhip on her students in that first class that she ever taught. I don't know if you've ever seen Brenda when she's been pounding down the ginger ale, but she tends to get very giggly and act very carbonated. But thankfully, she got that problem under control. I know she was banned for using it afterwards, but I mean, I think everyone got A's in that class.
Something her students might not know, but that all of her friends know, is that Brenda is a Disney dyed-in-the-wool addict, fiend, whatever you want to call it.
Above everything, she was into Disney. Brenda wants to live the Disney dream, and in a way she has. Firstly, Carlos Perón picked her to be his vice president, which helped set her down her TV Club path. So in a way, Carlos is like Brenda's fairy godmother. And then of course there's the fact that she found her Prince Charming in Steve. So that's a pretty good Disney dream already.
Specifically, I think of lip sync competitions, of which I participated. Not really expected of someone like me at the time. I also think of tennis center events. I think of taking tapes, 3/4-inch tapes, to all of the public access stations in the 5 boroughs at the time the show was seen throughout the entire city of New York. So, and of course, how could I forget Redmond Previews, which was one of the highlights of the Redmond magazine show that we used to produce. It was all about movie reviews and just a chance for us to have some fun, and she did a great job. She really embraced it with a lot of gusto. But I'm sure her co-host could speak to the gusto part.
She had the idea for us to take over Redmond Previews and incorporate that back and forth that we shared into the show. I didn't want to do it. I hated being on camera. I was honestly happy toiling away as a writer. Brenda, being Brenda, was not going to be denied. She thought this was a good idea, and she eventually convinced me to try it, grudgingly.
Brenda spearheaded the TV club reunions a number of years ago. She wanted large groups of alumni to get together, so she arranged with the university to open up the TV center so we could all meet back where we spent so much time as students. And she really helped foster renewing those friendships.
I think becoming part of the Hall of Fame will hold a special meaning for Brenda. My conversations with her involving TV Club, I always sense that the organization has a special place in her heart.
I think she'd be happy that she's recognized for everything that she's done, and to know that she wasn't just a student at the university and that she's helping the future of television.
Brenda belongs in the TV Club Hall of Fame because she really put her heart and soul into club when she was here, when she was a student, a member, and also as president. She learned lots of skills, she developed lots of friendships, and also great memories. And that continued when she got the chance to be a professor here and eventually moderator of TV Club. Her greatest wish was to make sure that the students that she had the great experience, the same great experience that she did when she was here.
As to whether or not Brenda deserves to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, I mean, I don't know if I'm really the person to make that determination. What I do know is that whether it was her time in school or even after the fact, she displayed a passion for what it is that the club stands for. And I know that it holds a special place in her heart. And she continues to spread the word even though she's not there.
During our last show, I said that now I have something to look back on with a sense of pride and achievement. That's just as true now, if not more so than it was 20 years ago. I sometimes wonder what my college experience would have been like if I had never met her. I am grateful because she pushed me outside my comfort zone to do something I never would have on my own. And we created something I'm very proud of, and that still defines me, defines us in people's minds.
And if I had to say what being inducted into the Hall of Fame means to Brenda, I would say it's probably a validation of the work that she's done, not only while she was at school, but also as a moderator of the club. And you know, I think it really personifies the legacy that she's left behind. And I just want to congratulate her and wish her the best, and I get to go home with her, so yay for me.